What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Trust the Profits here on YouTube as we continue to go through all of the contenders for the 2025 Kentucky Derby. This is our Spotlight series where we highlight one of the horses, one of the contenders, and give you some positives, some negatives, and, try to keep it to the facts so that you can make your opinion on if it's a horse that you want to bet on or not. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Neoequos. We'll see how many times I can pronounce that perfectly. It's the trickiest name, I would say, in this year's Kentucky Derby field. He's one of the puzzling players, I think, in this year's field. He's trained by SAFFIE Joseph, currently expected to be ridden by Flavien Prat, though there's a chance Prat may opt for Baeza if he draws in by the way of another horse maybe scratching. This colt comes in with a mix of consistency and I would say question marks. In his most recent effort, which was the Florida Derby, broke very alertly, was positioned on the inside before easing back to get outside and stalk the leaders. But as you can see here, he is the one horse on the outside of Madaket Road. As they turned for home, he flattened out, and I think that that'll probably be a theme that you'll hear in this as we walk through both his speed figures and some of the pedigree. He tires late here as he gets passed by Tapan Street, and Sovereignty's coming late and passes him as well. His closing fractions 38.17 for the final three furlongs and 13.33 for the last. Don't exactly scream Derby winner. Does not make him a qualifier if you go by the final fractions theory, which says that you want to finish the last three furlongs every last prep under 38 seconds and the last furlong under 13 seconds. We'll take a look here at Flavien Prat and SAFFIE Joseph's history in the Kentucky Derby. Prat has had 7 mounts in this race, famously picked up the 2019 victory aboard Country House after that disqualification of Maximum Security. Since then, he's had strong showings with multiple top 4 finishes. Actually, very impressive stretch here for Flavien Prat with Hot Rod Charlie, Zandon, Angel of Empire, Catching Freedom, a second, third, and fourth. He's excellent at giving horses a well-timed trip, especially for grinders like Neoequos. Neoequos has never won a stakes race as we take a look. And to mention SAFFIE Joseph there on the right, 3 starters. Last year, Catalytic, your 19th place finisher. White Barrio in 2022, 16th, and New York Traffic in 2020 in 8th. As we take a look at Neoequos' past performances, brought to us by way of Race Lens. He's never won a stakes race. Best finishes have been a pair of third-place finishes in graded Derby preps. His Equibase speed figures have generally declined over his last 4 starts. If you take a look, we'll zoom in on that for you. Here's his last 4 starts with the 100, then an 81, then a 94, then a 90. Not generally the progression you want to see heading into the biggest races. Also important to note that 100 came at a 7 furlong, the 81 at 6 furlongs, then when he stretched out to the mile and the 16th and the mile and the 8th, the 94 and the 90. To be fair, he's hit the board in every one of his 6 completed starts, so he is consistent. Doesn't need the lead. You can look back at that maiden breaker, although that was 5 furlongs. It's generally close to the front. He's handled 2 turns, okay, since stretching out from sprints as a 2-year-old. SAFFIE Joseph knows how to get the horses ready for the big stage, of course. From a breeding standpoint, we'll go up here and take a look. The sire is Neolithic, a horse who never won a graded stakes, but ran with some of the best, finishing 3rd behind Arrogate. Gun runner in some top-level races. Neolithic's runners, though, tend to show that early speed. They've done most of their winning around 1 turn. On the dam side, Bold Birdie was a sprinter. Her wins maxed out at 6.5 furlongs, and none of her foals have yet to go further than that. So the stamina red flags are really waving for me when it comes to Neoequos. He's reliable, always shows up to run his race, versatile, no longer necessarily needs the lead, comes with those top connections of SAFFIE Joseph and Flavien Prat. Using Equibase, I do have an angle here that's highlighted in red that's showing up, and that is that the class rating on the Kentucky Derby is a 108. Okay. In the last race, Neoequos earned a 90 speed figure. So what I like to do is if the race is a grade 1 or a grade 2, then the horse is dropping down into a race where his last speed figure was at least more than 5 points off of that. The win percentage is only 8%, and that's out of a 707 total start. So a pretty big amount of horses to look at that have come into races with that angle and have not succeeded. I think you know where I'm going with my thoughts on Neoequos. Speed figures are going the wrong way, and there's concerns about him handling the distance. It's a horse who could pick up the pieces late if things fall apart. We talked about that consistency. Just make sure you're demanding a price on him. He's not one that you want to settle on anything short for. And then lastly, as we mentioned, the Florida Firm Stakes, he did have a 100 Equibase speed figure, 94 in the Fountain of Youth, 90 in the Florida Derby, in which he finished third. So that are my thoughts on Neoequos. Not going to be on any of my tickets, but I certainly wish Neoequos and the connections the best of luck and the best time at the Kentucky Derby. Hopefully everyone returns safely. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on Neoequos. Have I overlooked something that I should go back and take a peek at? Please let me know. We're all here to help each other and use those facts and opinions to decide for you. Good luck, everybody. Stick around on the channel as we have more of not only this contender series, we'll have some live long shot videos coming out for you, and we'll be live on Saturday for the Kentucky Derby, so please come and hang out. Until next time, I'm Colin Sheehan. This is Trust the Profits. Please like and subscribe. Good luck, everybody.